Now, can your life stand the test of transparency? One of the ways that I've learned, because I too have given up that cosmic peeping Tom, Santa Claus idea of God, and one of the ways that I've found to maintain a sense of true accountability in a life that's come to sometimes stressful, fast-paced, and all the rest, is that I've got a small group. Ever since seminary, I've always had a small group of people who I deeply respect and trust. In my case, it's been men who I meet with weekly, and we share our lives, everything. There's no secrets, nothing held back, so that we can reflect with each other and talk with each other, so that our shames, our desires, our hopes, our dreams, our dashed hopes, and all the rest, we share them together, and we help each other to navigate sometimes complicated waters. And I encourage all of our interns and all the ministers who I know and seminarians to do the same thing. And I think it's a good idea for everyone to have someone or a group of people where you can share more fully who you are, and to also know how blessed and loved you are, even if you make some mistakes or have gone down some roads or have turned some corners. And that the point is to do it and to get right with it while there's still time. Someone said recently that his dad told him, when he got married, it's not like all other women stop looking beautiful. As a matter of fact, sometimes they start looking even more beautiful. Right? And I think having a group like I'm talking about, or some system of accountability in our lives beyond our own self, would have made a big difference in all these stories we keep hearing about politicians and their affairs and their addictions and these other kinds of things before they disgraced themselves and their families and their lives. In my roadside reflection after the possibility of a sudden death, I was glad that I could feel good about who I am and how I'm living my life, and that I found ways to navigate life's challenges and temptations and trials. And I think it's a worthy goal for everybody, and something that is a journey we cannot take alone, but some place where we need each other. Now, the title of this sermon, of course, is Guess Who's Watching? And the point of this sermon is, it should not matter. It should not matter whether there's a God spying on us or judging us at every moment. We should live our lives in such a way that we can look our children and other people's children and our partners and spouses in the eyes and know that we're doing the best we can and we're doing the right thing and that we're trying, and when we stumble, we're getting back up and we're seeking the help we need. It doesn't mean we're perfect. No one's going to be. No one ever will be. But none of us are beyond the trappings and temptations that have been the downfall of humans from time immemorial. It means that we need to strive together to prop each other up when we're down, like that beautiful song that you sang. And we need to love each other enough to be honest with each other and to forgive one another. That's a lot of love. Now, regarding this church, it doesn't matter. It does not matter who's watching us, ultimately, nationally or internationally. It doesn't matter. What we need to do the right things, regardless of who's watching and what other people might say. Our job as individuals is to be the best person we can possibly be, both in private and in public. And our job as a church is to be the best church we could possibly be right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We should give thanks that we have children to raise, blessed children to raise, and blessed elderly people to care for and who care for us. My friends, this is the day that we've been given. So let us surely rejoice and be glad in it. As Reverend Forrest Church says in his book, Love and Death, which he started writing after he was diagnosed with a terminal illness, he said, "Death may come as a thief in the night, but it cannot steal the love that you have given away. Because love that has been given is eternal." And indeed, love is the spirit of this church. And here's what I want you to know. That after reevaluating my life and who I want to serve, I hope and I pray that I will serve this church as its minister with this incredible ministry team with Tamara and others on our staff for a long, long, long time. Thank you. It is the most fun and meaningful and gratifying work that I could ever imagine or even dream about. And All Souls, it is a true intergenerational community in a world that is losing its all sense of community and what it means. We are a people of many generations living generative lives who are making a positive difference. What a blessing. There's no place like home, and All Souls Tulsa is my home. And I am so glad to be back, and I'm so glad that there are people who are willing to mingle their lives and their families and their ministries with my own. And I want you to know that no matter when or how I might die, I want you to know how much I love you and appreciate all you've done for me. And I want you to know that when all is done, I'll light a candle in your name. And I hope that you too will light a candle in mine. God bless you.